Okay, Richard. Box has arrived, so we're going to get things opened up and have a look. Okay. Well, what do we have today? This is your early 1970. So this is a March 1970 6309. Oh, what am I talking about? 6139 6019 on a 2-lane railroad track with its very original two-part sweep. Now this is interesting. It is a transitional version of this watch, and the reason I say that is because it's early, and this may even have an A movement. It is a resist text with two-part sweep, which makes it a sort of a hybrid crossover point at the transition between what was the A movement watches and the B movement watches. Very cool. So early 1970. Very nice. All right, so very cool. It's on the original bracelet. These are a little fragile, as yours seems to be. There's always kind of a question about what we should do about these early bracelets. I generally recommend that folks find, if they have the original bracelet like you do, perhaps finding something a little bit from the aftermarket is not a bad idea just for wearing, mostly because this is going to break at some point. It's just not worth it. But that's a decision for you. It's purely a recommendation rather than anything else, but it's a lovely piece. You're losing a bit of your lume here. I can try my best to put some, keep as much original as possible. We'll try and do that, but we'll also, if you want to, put some lume in. That's entirely your choice, of course. We can do whatever you prefer. Condition-wise, overall, the case is quite good. Case back doesn't show any real marks. A couple little scratches here and there from somebody slipping with a tool. Those are these little tooling marks you can see on the surface. Just a very clean looking watch. Very good. Currently running. That's also very good. Your crystal has taken some bumps and scratches over its life. Of course, we can replace that with a completely accurate reproduction with Hardlex crystal style. Let's just kind of put it through its paces a little bit, and then we'll open it up and have a look. Okay, so that's good. Clicks over, as you would expect. Looks like a little bit of the lume is left here on the dial, but okay, so very nice. English-Spanish day wheel. A little sticky, but that's probably just your crown, a little bit. Okay, so runs, all those good things. Now, what I'd like to do is go ahead and just kind of take a look at the movement. We're going to take the case back off and have a look at what's inside. But to do that, I want to take your band off and just kind of get ready. So give me one moment, I'll be right back. Okay. All right, so things are loosened up, and so we're going to take a look together. Okay, so a few marks here in the back. It looks like, I'm not really sure what that says, but there is a mark from service, prior service. Okay, some really, really stiff looking gluey lubrication here on the hammer. Ooh, that's some old grease, is what that is. All right, well, that's perhaps to be expected of a watch that was serviced, which is, you know, a good thing. It's good that they actually did some lubricating. All right, let's check a few things while we're in here. Yeah, a little loose on the arbor. All right, let's go ahead and put some energy into that mainspring. Seems to be slipping a little bit, but that's interesting. Okay, I don't see any lubrication under your cap jewel. All right, let's get this on the time grapher. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to look and see exactly what this was. This is an A movement. So yeah, so it is really a transitional. It's an A movement resist text, which is kind of unique. Very cool. All right, let's put her on the time grapher and see how we are doing. Okay, well, it definitely needs service. I mean, there's some concerns here. I mean, this is pretty far out of beat, and so sometimes that can mean that your balance is in the wrong position. And that's always changeable, but it adds a little bit of extra work to the process. Hopefully I can adjust that out. At some level, there's a limitation to how much you can adjust one of these movements, and the beat error is sort of fixed by some positions of one of the components. It's a smooth running watch. It's not terrible. You know, these lines are lines. It's not a big snowy mess. The adjustments are things we can do, but you know, the amplitude is pretty low. 174 is sort of on the low end of acceptable, maybe even beyond what I would call acceptable. There is some variation in the signal, but it's not terrible. You know, that's gonna get better with service. But 176 amplitude, yeah, it's on the low end. You know, the beat error is pretty far out, but hopefully we can get that adjusted without too much actual having to do, you know, extra work to the balance assembly. Okay, well, let's get back to the bench and we'll finish up our evaluation. Okay, well, we are you know, ready to get started whenever I hear from you. I will, of course, do all of my my level best to just clean your bracelet, and it will, of course, go back on. I don't know if there's any real repair that I can do. You're sort of at the mercy of the parts, and I'm just not sure that I can amend this situation here. I will clean it and get it right, clean wise, and we'll go from there. But certainly the watch is ready to see service done, and whenever I hear back from you, I'll go ahead and get started. All right, well, thank you very much, and I will be in touch as soon as possible. All right, thanks for watching.